to go on a mission, and it's taught by returned missionaries.
Yeah.
Only those that have actually served a full mission.
Been there, done that.
Wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. So that, along with temple prep lessons, you're in there with the couples that are getting married, and it's really weird because they focus a lot on marriage.
Yeah. Was that temple prep classes? Was that separate to mission prep classes? Because I remember going to that.
Yeah. So mission prep was more like YSA, whereas temple prep was specifically you attend it, and someone from the ward that is generally a temple worker will teach it, and just sort of ease you into what's going to happen in the temple. Like, we're going to get into this in another episode because it is massive.
They do not prepare you at all. Not at all. Not at all.
No, it's like going through the temple is huge. It's the pinnacle of worthiness for Mormons is being able to go to the temple.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that happen in there that are very off-putting for a lot of people. I'll say culty. Very culty.
Yeah.
And so they start to ease you into it, so that way it's not such a big surprise. And so going through that and getting ready to go to the temple for the first time. So then there's just going to general meetings. You generally have a calling. I think I was in like elders quorum teacher or something like that for a little while.
Yeah. Wow. It's a good calling.
Oh yeah.
Very impressive.
But that's it. There's so many things that are going on.
Yeah.
That they're just preparing you to not be too surprised. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So after doing all of that preparation and stuff, you guys obviously sent off your applications to go and serve a mission, and then there's that really exciting period of time when you guys are waiting for your mission and thinking about where they might send you.
The suspense
stuff
kills
like that. Yeah. And then. So tell me a little bit about what it was like to receive your mission call and how you felt about that and your experience with, where you got called to serve and how, your family and friends reacted and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was actually at work when I got my mission call. I was on break.
Yeah.
And my mum sent me a photo of the envelope. And I remember running to my boss because...
Oh, yeah, because they mail it to you.
Yeah, running to my boss, I'm like, oh my god, I got my mission call. Because, I was telling them all about it because that's why I was working
just get back on the registers.
Yeah.
You've still got 2 hours left on your shift.
Yeah, well, actually, I had really great managers at the time.
Really?
Yeah, she was a lesbian and
cool.
just beautiful, love her. We still, see each other every now and then. Yeah, but I ran up to her, I was like, yo, I got my mission call, and literally she turned around, she's like, what are you still doing here then? And I was like,
really?
I have 5 hours left of my shift. She's like, go home and open it and then come back and tell me where you're going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, okay. So I ran home, and my brother was working in construction at the time out in Toowoomba building some building, I don't know. And yeah, so
as construction workers do.
Yeah. And my brother and I went through the whole mission process together. And I remember getting home and being so excited, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna open it, and my mum's like, no, you need to wait for your brother, and I was like,
oh,
bitch, what? I did not wait this long to wait another couple of hours for my brother. I could still be at work, but yeah.
Did he have his mission call already and he was waiting for you to get yours, or?
No, so we got them, they came back to us on the exact same day.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I was waiting for him to come home so that we could open them together, and then eventually he got home and we're just so excited, and he opened his first, and he got New Zealand, and we were like, oh wow, because our dad served in New Zealand as well, so that was super exciting. And then I was like, oh my god, where am I going? And opened it up and I saw Australia, and I was like,
your heart just sank.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, okay, it's Australia, but it was the one area in Australia that I was actually okay going to, so I was still excited because it's the opposite side of Australia, so I was like, cool, that's still far enough away for me to be excited about that. But it was a little bit disappointing because a lot of my family is German, I speak a bit of German, I was fully prepared to go, and to Germany and be with my ancestral home. But yeah, no, the Lord had other plans for me.
He needed you over there.
Oh yeah, definitely needed me over there. I was such a righteous missionary.
Yeah, right. What about you, Brother Hiram?
It was very much anticipated.
Yeah.
And so it came, and then I had to do the call around. It's here.
Yeah.
Come over tonight, and so quite a group of people came down, and
nice.
And we had the grand opening in the lounge room, and I opened it and read it, and like I was kind of expecting to go to some mission where I'd speak a different language or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like England, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
I think if I'd gone on a mission, I would have been stoked with that, because the idea of having to learn a new language would have been so scary, and I would prefer to be called to somewhere that's English speaking, but away from my home country.
Like looking back now, it's honestly a pretty cool place to go.
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm like, it's England.
Yeah. Just like, it's not Japan. I guess this will do. Like, whatever.
Like I could have gone to Spain or something.
Yeah.
But no, I could have gone to Germany as well. Like Germany's, interestingly enough, it's actually one of those missions where it's a coveted mission.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Like anywhere in those Slavic European languages, they're coveted missions because there's people there, and there's good teaching generally, and you learn another language. Like in my mission, we had a Chinese speaking area and a Spanish speaking area.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So there are big Chinese and Spanish communities within those areas.
Yeah, right.
Like one of the places I served was a big university, and so there were a lot of Chinese students.
Right.
And then one of the other places I served was right up in London. And it was very multicultural, and so heavy Spanish influence.
Right.
And those that spoke Portuguese could also understand a lot of Spanish as well. It just, there's differences, but there are a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And so that was able to translate over and teach a greater number of people.
Yeah, right. Well, that's pretty cool. I would have been excited with that. Yeah.
So looking back now, I'm more excited for myself back then, like looking back at it.
Yeah.
But in the time, I was like, okay.
Whatever. Yeah. What about your friends and family that were there? Were they?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to England. You're going to England.
Yeah.
So it's everyone was very excited. So it was
Yeah.
Cool.
My family was just like, wow.
It's not New Zealand.
Yeah. They're just like, because did your brother open his first?
I think so,
Yeah, so they would have been like, well, I mean, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not New Zealand, but...
do you have to go to the missionary training centre over in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, so you still
That's
got to go to New Zealand.
Yeah, I went to New Zealand.
But only for a short time.
Yeah.
Alright, so should we wrap up this episode here and then do a second part to this episode where we talk about your experience in the mission training centre and then your actual time in the mission field?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. There's a lot in this. There's a lot to unpack.
There's a lot to cover. You guys would have had so many experiences, so I think we do that.
All right, that sounds good. Well,
cool.
Hope you can join us in the next episode, everyone.
Yeah, stay tuned.
In the name of Hiram, amen.
Amen.
Thanks again for listening to Once Upon a Mormon. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any stories, feedback, or any comments you'd like to make, please reach out to us at onceuponamormon@gmail.com, or you can touch base on Facebook at Once Upon a Mormon. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you next week.